Hey everybody, so a couple days ago I did my video from the range where I was reaching a point of frustration trying to sight this thing in. So this is the Ruger 5.7 handgun that is nestled into the Strike Industries Ruger 5.7 chassis. So the bottom part here that's in the vise, very gently, takes the fire control unit, and I use that term very loosely because whoever designed that needs to be tickled to death with a pool noodle. But basically, you take the fire control group out and you drop it into the bottom part of the chassis. Then the slide mounts to the chassis, the bottom part, which is where the foregrip, foregrip's mounted to. Now the top part here, there's a little notch back here, and these two push pins. And if you can see there, you can see, there you go. You can see it's kind of clamped onto the bottom part of the chassis. Now, I was having all sorts of issues trying to get this daggone thing sighted in at 25 yards. I've had other pistol caliber carbines that at 50 yards group just fine. And then, of course, I did take the litmus test, my little GAU 5 clone out there at 50 yards with just iron sights and was stacking rounds. Well, here's what we're talking about when it comes to the chassis. So this is just me taking the suppressor and going back and forth. Now, you notice that is the slide barrel and all the upper of the slide internals. That is not moving anything on the optic. So, yeah, the issue that you've got with any of these chassis is that this would not be a big deal if the optic was mounted to the top of the slide. Because as I would do this, the optic would be shaking too. What's happening is this thing has got room to move. This thing is moving. Now it's not moving in conjunction with the slide and the barrel, but I guarantee you it is flexing because this thing is not fully rigid. And especially because these are two push pins. These aren't screws and washers. These are literally just quick detach push pins. So this is all moving. There you can see it. So now look at the different independent moving of the chassis. Look at the movement of the slide and barrel, right? So this is the issue with these chassis that have an optic that is not slaved. So 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, we got a problem. This ain't gonna work. Looks cool, great. I'm not in this for Hollywood. So the next step is I just got in a Ruger plate to mount an optic directly to the slide. I have a Dremel, I have extended screws, and we're gonna be removing some of this chassis, yet to be determined, to get that optic on the slide. And I'm going to take a guess that we're going to see much different results with sight-in. Right now, there's no way this thing is even competing with my G17 and the Recover 2020 chassis, but I spent the money on it. I'm not going to get the money back. I'm going to make sure that the thing works the best that it possibly can, and then I will report back later. And you know what? Maybe if I send off some of the feedback, we might actually see some chassis that are starting to get done right, aside from the Recover 2020 chassis. So this is Trek, Strike Industries, Ruger 5.7 chassis. All sorts of stuff going on that needs to get fixed.